What is up, everybody? This is Debo of Debo Swim Reviews, and this week's review will be Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I gotta say, it was kind of fitting that it came out in 2017, the 40th anniversary of New Hope, which was, of course, the very first Star Wars film. But overall, I would say Last Jedi was kind of, kind of decent, but not great. I mean, it had some moments, but didn't really like how the whole deal with a Force Ghost, deal with Luke and all, and his reluctance to take on the First Order. And I'm just like, dude, you made that bed. It's time to sleep in it. And like, yeah, you failed to stop your nephew from turning to the dark side. You should at least finish the job that you should have did in that flashback where you when you was trying to kill him and all, because because oh how Luke got scared of his power and all, and it was really, I don't say I think Lucas was really jealous that Kylo was getting more powerful than him and all, and couldn't take it. Yeah, missed opportunity to explain Mara Jade, the character Jade Skywalker, and which I hope the Disney Plus series resolves that plot hole. Maybe even explain how Snoke came to power and all, other than just being an underling of Palpatine and all. Which that's as far as I'm going to go before I wind up doing this, making this an episode 9 review as well. But I'm trying to keep this one strictly Last Jedi. And I gotta say, but it has a lot of epic action because hey, it ain't Star Wars about what epic action between galactic dogfights to lightsaber duels. And like I say, Kylo Ren, he actually has one of the coolest looking lightsabers for for a Sith Lord, and surprisingly, one of the only ones besides Asajj Ventress and Savage Opress who didn't, although didn't really make it that far into Sith, but it was kind of weird those two characters did not be, become known as Darth, unlike, especially with Kylo, because kind of odd that Kylo never earned the rank of Darth, like being he already went to the dark side and all. And I gotta say, back to Luke being reluctant and all, which is so unlike Luke, because yeah, he was itching to take to the fighting when in the original trilogy, and had to wait on his Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru to get killed by stormtroopers for it to happen, and taking on take on the Empire, then take on the First Order, and of course, kind of missed opportunity to, which was kind of a, although given the second part of a trilogy, which made sense of the whole deal of Rey's parents being drunks and dead in a pauper's grave in Jakku. But I gotta say, but Lucas, hey, kind of reminded me of, which, yeah, he just reminded me of Achilles from Assassin's Creed 3. He was reluctant, but eventually caved and at least trained, at least he trained Rey and kept her from going to the dark side. Which, although the whole deal with Mary Jade, that could have been a better deal for her to me. Been Luke and Mara Jade's daughter instead of the granddaughter of Palpatine. Oof. Because that really would have made more sense. But I'll get to that when I'm reviewing on the episode 9 review. But yeah, talk about some epic scenes, especially when when Luke stops Kylo and Rey from having a telepathic conversation. He's like, don't go there. And then they had that fight, and when she learns the truth and about what Luke did and all, and how he did Ben dirty, and oof. And you'd think he'd been a excellent Jedi if given he was named after Obi-Wan, who went by the name of Ben when he was living in Tatooine, looking after Luke, and of course with other characters like Poe Dameron and Rose and Finn. Like I say what you want about Rose, but hey, she did her part, and like I say, I didn't like her first, but watching them film a couple more times, I changed my tune because hey, she did her part, especially at the end when she did that, helped take down those First Order ships and those walkers and the final showdown at the end of the movie. But overall, I gotta say, excellent. And let me get started on Admiral Holdo. Yeah, after that scene where Leia survives getting blown off the bridge, which Admiral Akbar didn't. I'll say, excellent use of force powers. And yeah, you deny it all you want, Rian Johnson, but we fans know better. It was the only way she could survive that deal. And of course the Porgs. And hey, how can you not like them? Because you couldn't really review Last Jedi without mentioning them. Now, could I? With some, and of course the whole one moment where brief time where Kylo Ren and Rey finally team up, and they took down Snoke's guards and on that ship and woof, talk about taking down and Snoke getting his comeuppance, and surprisingly not by Rey but by his own apprentice. That's what you get because for no backstory having jerkwad. And whew, man, Adam Driver did an excellent portrayal of Kylo. And especially when he becomes supreme leader and tries to take down the resistance, and when that fell swoop at the end. And I got back to the old planet when they were looking for the dude with the red plume and all. Almost looked like Space Bond. Although there was a good meme where it showed like Harrison Ford and Temple of Doom, which is kind of what it was an Easter egg to, because they were both Lucas properties. And of course, Del Toro is going to be a villain in some form when he drops the dime on Finn and Rose, and they're trying to take down infiltrate that dreadnought, and only to get captured by Captain Phasma's people, and woof, and talk about And talk about Phasma getting her comeuppance and all. Yeah, especially the showdown where they're back to the showdown with the Resistance versus the First Order, which is almost like reminiscent of Hoth, but at least back to Rey and Kylo's encounter for a moment. You gotta say, hey, you gotta give it to Rey. At least she survived the whole trilogy without losing a hand, unlike Luke did in Empire Strikes Back, and Anakin in Attack of the Clones, and oof, man, talk about epic fight, epic movie. Although honestly, I gotta give it a 3 out of 5 because it wasn't great, but hey, it wasn't bad either. Kind of like, yeah, I mean it wasn't great, but it didn't deserve the hate it got. I mean, geez. But overall, excellent film. 3 out of 5. Must recommend. I mean, even if you're a non-completionist Star Wars fan that only clings to like the prequels or the original trilogy, I'll say you at least attempt to cross it off at least once. But I gotta say, back to Holdo, I gotta say, at first I always consider her almost some a military operative that had Custer syndrome because she was more about glory instead of glory of battling at first. But lo and behold, they just the whole deal of when Poe and Dameron tries to take that arrest her for mutiny and all, and then which fails, of course, and after evacuating the ship with the light speed with minimum fuel, with low fuel, and but lo and behold, when Leia finally comes to, and they finally get everything straight and all, and then she makes the whole heroic sacrifice, and I say, I kind of give it to Space Custer on that one. And like I said, and in the old showdown between Luke and Kylo, and talking about some epic use of action of a fight scene. Even though Luke was really a Force ghost in the only scene that Mark and Carrie got to film together, and but one hand I kind of thought was a excellent level of force power, but kind of a cop out to where it wasn't, to where Luke didn't take the heroic sacrifice and die at the hands of Kylo in person, which is kind of why I give it at least a 3 out of 5 because of that, mostly because of that cop out. I mean, I mean, the galaxy was depending on you, Luke, and you just still had on your little rock with your force powers and all, thinking you're Doctor Manhattan or something. Yeah. Okay. Hope y'all like, subscribe, and enjoy, people.